In small-town America, high school football is war. Every Friday night, thousands of people pack into stadiums to watch teenagers collide at full speed. They cheer for big hits. They celebrate violence. They call it tradition. But what happens when a hit goes too far? What happens when the crowd cheers for something that destroys two lives? What happens when the hero becomes the villain in his own mind? This is the story of two players, one hit, and two careers that ended on the same night. One player never walked again. The other never forgave himself. This is a fictional story inspired by real events that happen across America. Names, characters, and locations have been changed. But the hits are real, the paralysis is real, and the guilt is real. This is what happened in Oakridge, Texas. Oakridge, Texas. Population 9,400. One high school. One football team. One Friday night that changed everything. November 8th, 2019. Oakridge Wildcats versus the Hartwell Bulldogs. District championship game. Winner advances to playoffs, loser goes home. The stadium was packed, 6,200 people. Standing room only. The entire town showed up. Because in Oakridge, football wasn't just a game. It was identity. It was pride. It was everything. Two players stood on that field. Both seniors. Both with futures in college football. Both about to have their lives destroyed. Player 1, Caleb Morrison, 18 years old, wide receiver, number 7, Hartwell Bulldogs, 6'2", 185 pounds, 440-yard dash, 47 catches, 892 receiving yards, 11 touchdowns, committed to play at Texas State University, full scholarship. Caleb was fast, smooth, talented. He had soft hands and could run routes like a college player. Scouts loved him, coaches loved him. He had a future. Player 2, Derek Hastings, 18 years old, strong safety, number 33, Oakridge Wildcats, 6'0", 205 pounds, 4.5 40-yard dash, 89 tackles, 4 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles. Committed to play at Sam Houston State University, full scholarship. Derek was a hitter, physical, aggressive. He played with intensity. He delivered big hits. The crowd loved him for it. They called him the Hammer. And on November 8th, 2019, the Hammer lived up to his name. Third quarter. Hartwell leading 21-17. Third down and 8. Hartwell's quarterback dropped back. Looked right. Threw a crossing route to Caleb Morrison. Caleb caught the ball at the 35-yard line. Turned upfield. Started running. He had one defender to beat. Number 33, Derek Hastings. Derek read the play perfectly. He saw Caleb coming, lined him up, took the angle, and launched himself. Helmet to helmet, full speed. The sound echoed through the stadium. A crack, like a bat hitting a baseball. Everyone heard it. Caleb's body went limp instantly. He dropped to the ground. Didn't move, didn't get up, just lay there, face down on the turf. The crowd erupted. Yeah, that's a hit. You destroyed him. That's Oakridge football. The Oakridge fans were on their feet, screaming, cheering, celebrating, because that's what you did when your player delivered a big hit. You cheered. Derek stood over Caleb's body, pumped his fist. His teammates ran over, slapped his helmet. Chest bumped him. Hell yeah, Derek! That's how we do it! The coaches on the Oakridge sideline were clapping, yelling, celebrating. That's football, that's how we play. But on the field, Caleb Morrison wasn't moving. The referee threw a flag, targeting, helmet-to-helmet contact. Derek was ejected from the game. The Oakridge crowd booed, loudly, angrily. That's bullshit! That's football! Let them play! Derek walked off the field. His teammates patted him on the back. The crowd gave him a standing ovation. He raised his fist, acknowledged them, walked into the locker room. He felt like a hero. But on the field, Caleb Morrison still wasn't moving. The trainers ran out, knelt beside him, checked his pulse, called for the ambulance. The Hartwell coaches ran onto the field. Caleb's parents climbed down from the stands. His mother was screaming, "Caleb! Caleb, baby, can you hear me? The stadium went quiet. The celebration stopped. People started to realize something was wrong. The ambulance drove onto the field. Paramedics loaded Caleb onto a stretcher. Carefully, slowly, they stabilized his neck, put him in a brace, loaded him into the ambulance and drove away. Sirens blaring. The game continued. Oakridge won 28-24, advanced to the playoffs. The crowd celebrated. The team celebrated. Derek watched from the locker room, still feeling like a hero. But at Hartwell Regional Hospital, Caleb Morrison was in surgery, emergency spinal surgery, because his C4 vertebra was fractured. His spinal cord was damaged, severely. The doctors worked for 6 hours. They stabilized the fracture, but the damage was done. The spinal cord was compressed. The nerves were destroyed. When Caleb woke up 2 days later, he couldn't move his legs. He couldn't feel them. He tried. Nothing. The doctor came in, sat down, looked at Caleb's parents, and said the words no parent ever wants to hear. The injury is permanent. Caleb is paralyzed from the waist down. He will never walk again. Caleb's mother collapsed. His father put his head in his hands. Caleb stared at the ceiling, silent, in shock. His football career was over. His scholarship was gone. His future was gone. At 18 years old, Caleb Morrison's life changed forever. Because of one hit. Derek Hastings didn't know. Not right away. After the game, he celebrated with his teammates. Went to the post-game party. Everyone told him he was a legend. The hit of the year. The hit that won the game. He felt proud. Accomplished. Like he'd done his job. But on Sunday morning, his phone started blowing up. Text messages, social media posts, news articles. Hartwell player paralyzed after helmet-to-helmet hit. High school football player may never walk again. Family says injury is permanent. Derek's stomach dropped. He read the articles, watched the video of the hit, over and over. He saw Caleb's body go limp, saw him fall, saw him not get up. And for the first time, Derek realized what he'd done. He called his coach. "Coach, is it true? Is Caleb paralyzed?" "Yeah, Derek, it's true." "Is it permanent?" "They don't know yet, but it doesn't look good." Derek hung up, sat on his bed, stared at the wall. He felt sick, nauseous, like he was going to throw up. He didn't sleep that night, or the next night. He kept seeing Caleb's body, kept hearing the sound of the hit, kept replaying it in his mind. Monday at school, people treated Derek like a hero. High fives in the hallway, pats on the back. "Great hit, man. You're a legend." But Derek didn't feel like a legend. He felt like a monster. Tuesday, the news got worse. Caleb's family released a statement. The paralysis was permanent. Caleb would never walk again. His football career was over. His scholarship was revoked. His life was changed forever. Derek read the statement in his car, alone, and he broke down. He cried. For the first time since he was a kid, he cried. Because he did this. He destroyed Caleb's life. And everyone was calling him a hero for it. Wednesday, Derek went to practice, but he couldn't focus. Every time he hit someone, he thought of Caleb. Every time the coaches told him to bring the pain, he felt sick. After practice, he went to Coach Miller's office. "Coach, I need to talk to you." "What's up, Derek?" "I can't do this anymore." "Do what?" "Play football. I can't play knowing what I did to Caleb." Coach Miller leaned back in his chair. "Derek, that was a football play. You were doing your job. I paralyzed him, Coach. It was an accident. It happens. It shouldn't happen. I destroyed his life. Derek, listen to me. You're one of the best players I've ever coached. You have a scholarship to Sam Houston. You have a future. Don't throw that away because of one play. One play that ruined someone's life. That's football. It's a violent game. You know that. I don't want to play a game where I destroy people." Coach Miller stood up, frustrated. "Derek, you're being emotional. Take a few days, think about it. Don't make a decision you'll regret." But Derek had already made his decision. Thursday, Derek went to see Caleb. He drove to Hartwell Regional Hospital, walked into Caleb's room. Caleb was in bed, awake, staring at the ceiling. Derek stood in the doorway. "Caleb?" Caleb turned his head, saw Derek. His face hardened. "What are you doing here?" "I came to apologize." "Apologize? You think an apology fixes this?" "No, I know it doesn't, but I need you to know I'm sorry. I never meant for this to happen." "But it did happen. And now I can't walk. I can't play football. I can't go to college. My life is over." "I know, and I'm so sorry." Caleb's eyes filled with tears. "Do you know what it's like? To wake up and not be able to feel your legs? To know you'll never run again? Never play again? Never be normal again?" Derek's voice cracked. "No, I don't." "Then don't come in here and tell me you're sorry. Because sorry doesn't fix anything." Derek nodded, tears streaming down his face. "You're right. I'm sorry." He turned and walked out, got in his car, drove home, and made his decision. Friday, Derek quit the football team. He walked into Coach Miller's office and turned in his jersey. Number 33, the Hammer. "I'm done, Coach." "Derek, don't do this." "I already did." "What about your scholarship?" "I'm giving it up." "You're throwing your future away." "No, I'm living with what I did." Derek walked out, never looked back. The town was furious. People called him a quitter, a coward. They said he was weak, that he let the team down, that he let the town down. But Derek didn't care. He couldn't play football anymore. Not after what he did, not after seeing Caleb in that hospital bed. Derek Hastings never played football again. He graduated in May 2020, didn't go to college, worked construction with his uncle, kept his head down, stayed quiet. Sam Houston State revoked his scholarship, gave it to someone else. Derek didn't fight it. He didn't deserve it. Caleb Morrison spent 6 months in physical therapy, learning how to live in a wheelchair, learning how to do basic tasks, learning how to accept his new reality. Texas State revoked his scholarship. He couldn't play. He couldn't even attend. His family couldn't afford tuition without the scholarship. Caleb enrolled in community college, online classes. He lives with his parents. He'll never walk again, never play football again, never live the life he was supposed to have. 2 players, 1 hit, 2 careers destroyed. Derek Hastings is 23 years old now. He still works construction. He doesn't watch football. He doesn't talk about his high school career. When people ask, he changes the subject. He thinks about Caleb every day. Wonders how he's doing. Wonders if he hates him. Wonders if he'll ever forgive him. He never went back to see him. He's too ashamed. Caleb Morrison is 23 years old now. He's still in a wheelchair. He finished his associate's degree. He works remotely as a graphic designer. He lives with his parents. He's learning to accept his life. He doesn't hate Derek. Not anymore. He knows it was an accident. But that doesn't make it easier. That doesn't give him his legs back. In a 2023 interview with a local newspaper, Caleb was asked if he'd ever play football again if he could. He said no. "Football took everything from me. Why would I want it back? This is the cost of celebrating violence. This is the price of big hits. This is what happens when we teach kids to destroy each other and call it tradition. 1 hit, 2 lives destroyed, and a town that still doesn't understand what they cheered for." Derek Hastings and Caleb Morrison are not their real names. Oakridge and Hartwell are not real towns. But this story is real. It happens in high schools across America, where kids are taught to hit harder, play through pain, destroy the opponent. And when someone gets paralyzed, we call it part of the game. If you play football, play smart. Protect yourself. Protect your opponent. A big hit isn't worth a destroyed life. This is Shadows of Small-Town America, where we tell the stories no one wants to hear, where we expose the culture that destroys kids, where we stand with the victims who paid the price. Subscribe for more dark truths from the heartland, because these stories need to be told. And these lives matter.